All right, welcome everyone. Let's get straight into this video. We're going to break down Kendrick Lamar, Count Me Out, from his album Not to Pimp a Butterfly, which is another great album that he has, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I remember when that album came out, I heard it the first day. Nasty body of work. And when I say nasty, I mean fucking amazing. Kendrick Lamar's bodies of work, let's just give Kendrick his flowers. He more than deserves it. All of his bodies of work are insane. Insane. From production, instrumentation, lyricism, depth of lyricism, the features. Everything is well thought out. That's the type of person Kendrick is. Soulful brother, spiritual brother. Everything is thought out. He's just one of those artists where everything is meticulously thought out. He puts a lot of thought and effort into his craft. It shows. All of his albums are insane. They all belong in museums. To Kill a Butterfly. To Pimp a Butterfly. To Kill a Butterfly is a book, I'm pretty sure. Or no, To Kill a Mockingbird. I think it is, yeah. Good Kid, Mad City, Section 8, Overly Dedicated, even his old shit. This album, Mr. Morale, Damn, oh my goodness. And it goes on. I'm probably missing a few. His bodies of work are insane. So let's react to Count Me Out. We're going to break it down. This is the music video. So I think this is the shorter version. But his music videos are really good as well. So let's get into it and let's break it down.
Kendrick? Kendrick? Did you hear that, Kendrick?
Yes. My apologies. I thought my time was up.
No, we can continue if you like. So, what did you say to the lady in the parking structure?
You took my damn parking
I
spot.
told her I
Hey,
ain't
I
take your
take your
damn parking
parking
spot.
And how did that make you feel reacting that way?
I felt decent
Oh, how come?
because I did take her parking spot. No.
You texted me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I feel like I'm fallen. Why do you feel that way?
Life.
Hold on. This video is great. The directing, the quality of the video, the production, great, right? Can we give respect to, first of all, Helen Mirren? She's a great actor. She's great in this as well. How great is Kendrick's acting? The little micro expressions in his face. It doesn't seem like acting. This is high level. If this was like a movie, like a set, this is high level acting. All his micro expressions you see when he's talking to the lady in the parking lot, that's acting shit. That's how serious he takes his craft. This nigga's like acting very well. Or maybe he's not acting. But anyway.
Life.
And then she goes, like, why are you the way you are? Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the exact question Helen Mirren had. Or like, what's wrong or something. And he just said, life. Sometimes a one-word answer just sums up everything, just life, which means how can I tell you everything that's bothering me, everything that I've been through? How can I sum it all up? It's just life, bro. And she understands. We all understand when somebody just says that with that face, with that tone. Imagine climbing up mountains, doing all this crazy shit, and somebody says, "How was it?" Life. What can I tell you? How can I encapsulate that entire richness of the experience, all the emotions, everything that's going on? How can I sandwich that into a couple of words? Hey, that's the way it is. Also, I think this depicts Kendrick's younger self. So if you notice, he had a sign up with the upside down face showing that he's sad, right? And now he's in his adult version, he's grown up here, and he's still holding the sad face, which I think represents how, you know, our childhood traumas or our emotions that we have, our traumas when we are a child, they still carry on to adulthood. And yeah, trauma stays with us until we deal with it. And this whole album is about dealing with trauma. That's why a lot of people, there was mixed reviews. A lot of people didn't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I loved it because that's the type of shit that I'm on. That's the type of time I'm on anyway, which is spirituality, healing, that type of shit. I already speak that language, so it was not disturbing to me. It was great to me. I was like, oh my goodness, finally somebody that's talking on this level with this depth. I relate very much to Kendrick, how he sees the world. So it's beautiful. His music always resonates.
One of these lives, I'ma make things right with the wrongs I done. That's when I unite with the Father, Son. Till then I fight. Rain on me, put the blame on me. Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me.
Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me. I'ma make things right when I meet my Father. So already how he's setting the tone is he's talking about spiritual matters, about reincarnation, how he's gonna have to keep continuing with these lives until he sets things right. He even mentions reincarnation in his tracks. He even has a song called Reincarnation in his other album, which is another great album, his newest album. What is it called? One of you will tell me in the comments. His newest album. I know the title, but I have bad memory. So he's talking about making things right with the Father, with himself. He obviously has a conscience. He obviously is in the middle of growth, of growing. And he's telling his truth. Shame on me, you know, all the emotions, these are all surfacing up as he's going through this healing journey.
The sun till then I fight. Rain on me, put the blame on me. Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me. Got 6 magazines that's aimed at me. Done.
Right, and even in these still shots and in these little in this video, you can see he looks uncomfortable. He's in the middle of healing, so you see him looking around like that, confused. This is all part of the healing journey. When you are healing trauma and you are growing, your reality is shifting, is breaking apart, changing. So the way you see things once was different to how you see things now as you heal. So things can look like a thriller film out here. People can look like zombies. Things can look different because the way you're interacting with reality is different, because you have a different lens now. You're healing, you're growing, so you see different. It brings everything out of you, right? So he's in the middle of this.
Me, put the blame on me. Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me. Got 6 magazines that's aimed at me. Done.
Got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me, put the blame on me. So he's taking accountability in his healing journey. Got 6 magazines that's aimed at me, right? magazines, as in source magazines, like Vibe magazines, as in the journalists, the media is putting their attention on him, and also magazines, as in guns. So the media are acting like weapons because they're always in his face, always, putting the camera on him. And maybe he just wants to be left alone, be in his own space. He needs space to heal. So he's putting it on himself, but also the attention from the fans and the media is also the battle that he has to deal with as an artist.
Me, put the blame on me, got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me, got 6 magazines that's aimed at me, done every magazine was fame to me, it's a game to me, with the bedroom at sleep, I ain't never had affairs with that, what's
Sleep, I ain't never had affairs with that. Good play on the words. He talks about having affairs in one of his other tracks, where he talked about he's had affairs, infidelity during his relationship with Whitney. But also sleep, I never had affairs with that. Like, I never get sleep because I'm constantly working. So I never had affairs. I never got close to sleep. Always up. And probably always up because he's always thinking as well. All this type of shit is on his mind constantly.
was fame to me, it's a game to me, with the bedroom at sleep, I ain't never had affairs with that, what's fair when the hearts and the words don't reach, what's fair when the money don't take things back.
What's fair when the words don't reach the heart? That's beautiful. When the words don't reach. See, that's a conscious person and someone that really cares about his craft and the impact of his words, having substance, not just making dope records to dance to party to. He can do that, but he's more focused on the message. What's fair when I'm not even reaching the souls or the hearts of people? That's the whole point of music.
I ain't never had affairs with that. What's fair when the hearts and the words don't reach? What's fair when the money don't take things back? It's rare when somebody take your dreams back. I care too much when I share too much. Fair when the money don't take things back. It's rare when somebody take your dreams back. I care too much when I share too much. In my head too much. I shut down too. I ain't there too much. I'm a complex soul. They layered me up. Then
My favorite little sequence of the whole song. I share too much. I care too much. I break down too. I ain't there too much. I'm a complex soul. This literally resonates with me perfectly. Every word, down to every word, every line of that sequence is something that I personally relate to. And that's beautiful when music does that. When music mirrors exactly how you feel internally. I feel like I am him. That's where the connection happens with music. I feel like I am him because I would say that. I would say that because I have that same perspective. Let's hear it again.
too much. In my head, the money don't take things back. It's rare when somebody take your dreams back. I care too much when I share too much. In my head too much. I shut down too. I ain't there too much. I'm a complex soul. They layered me up.
I shut down too. I ain't there too much. I care too much when I share too much. That's a fact. But it's difficult sometimes. You have so much on your heart, and sometimes it's hard reaching people. Maybe they're not ready to hear the message that you're trying to give. It's the dissonance, it's the connection, it's the trying to meet your inner world with somebody else's world, trying to meet two minds or souls, trying to connect. So sometimes it's hard to do that. And sometimes you drive yourself crazy because you care too much and you love too much and you want to share too much. I'm a complex soul. I shut down too. I shut down because I care too much. And when you care too much, you need to have boundaries. So there's a lot going on. It's complex, but I love the way he put that together.
Too much in my head, too much. I shut down too. I ain't there too much. I'm a complex soul. They layered me up, then broke me down. Immorality's dust. I lack in trust. This time around, I trust myself. Please everybody else but myself. All else fails. I was.
This time around, I trust myself, right? So this is him going through the healing journey. He's learning to trust himself. what did he say after that?
Trust, this time around I trust myself. Please everybody else but myself. All else fails, I
The only critique I have is please everybody else but myself. I think he meant to say like he's not trying to please everybody else except himself because he's focusing on himself. He's not trying to people please, but the way it's worded sounds a little funny. But I understand what he means. When you grow and heal, you have to stop people pleasing. That's one of the aspects of healing, is learning to let that go. So he's going through it.
can trust. This time around I trust myself. Let me up there.
By the way, look at this. So all of his imagery and still shots and videos and is it called cameos or little scenes or whatever, it's all meaningful. It all means something. Kendrick is known to be the savior or have this image of being the savior, having a savior complex, but in this album he states that he's not the savior. He's just a regular person that has trauma and has wounds and that is healing and wants to make an impact through his music by giving his soul, sharing his soul with the world. But, people hold him to this standard. And I think the red symbolizes, all the pain, all the blood, the pain, the grief, the anguish that comes with healing, right? And these people are dressed in black and white. They're not going through what he's going through, but he's above them in this image because they pedestalize him, right? So interesting stuff.
Broke me down, and morality's dust. I lack in trust. This time around I trust myself. Please everybody else but myself. All else fails, I was myself.
All else fails, I was myself. See him in the in the shot where he's like that, and then he like snaps out of it because deep down there's a conflict going on. He might be in party environments, in the industry with certain people, meetings, kicking it, and it's a social environment. Everyone's engaging, everyone's partying, laughing, but he probably feels conflicted because he's going through this healing journey, and deep down he feels differently to how he might portray externally, because it's hard to share what you're going through with people and you don't want to put that on people. You know what I mean? But you also are changing. You also are growing. So you're trying to balance how you mix with people and engage with people, but still be authentic to your growth and who you are, who you're becoming, while keeping things cool. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's a fine balance of, especially when you're in the middle of working through trauma and you're shifting every day. You're a little slightly different every day. Different emotions, different realizations, different epiphanies, different, you're doing certain things to heal. So you might have more healthy remedies going on, and then these people are saying, let's drink, let's do this, let's do that. These are two different worlds. So you're trying to meet this new world with the outside world. It's that's why healing is difficult, But I like the little imagery there, how he's just kind of zoned out, and then he has to snap back into this reality.
Outdone fear, outdone myself. This year you better won yourself. Mask on the babies, mask on the op, wear mask in the neighborhood stores you shop, but a mask won't hide who you are inside. Look around, the reality's carved in lies.
Mask on the babies, mask on the ops, and mask on everything, but the mask doesn't hide who you are inside. Dope. It's a fact, talking about the COVID era, everyone's wearing masks, but it doesn't hide who you are inside. And even the vaccines themselves are controversial and have been known to be fake or not properly tested. They weren't tested properly. They didn't go through proper trials, clinical trials, for it to be actually approved and proper for the public So there's a whole lot of controversy. I didn't take no jabs, no nothing, because I was skeptical of this. I almost did, but I just really tried to hold on as much as I could, and I'm glad that I did. But yeah, there's so much fake shit. We're all focused on social media, on the image, on the surface, but he's focused on what's inside.
In the neighborhood stores you shop, but a mask won't hide who you are inside. Look around, the reality's carved in lies. Wipe my ego, dodge my pride. Look myself in the mirror.
Wipe my ego, dodge my pride. I love that. This is all healing. It's all about facing your shadow, your ego, your emotions. It's a war zone. It's a spiritual warfare. You know, when I look in Kendrick's eyes, like he just seems very authentic. Like a humble soul, very humble and very highly skillful and intelligent, but just equally as humble. So healing also humbles you and teaches you humility. Beautiful.
Carved in lies. Wipe my ego, you shot, but a mask won't hide
Like this.
who you are inside.
Look at his face, man. Look at his eyes. You could say it's acting, but you know, I fuck with Kendrick, man. I fuck with Kendrick.
Around the reality's carved in lies. Wipe my ego, dodge my pride. Look myself in the mirror. Amityville ain't seen nothing scarier. I fought.
Look myself in the mirror. Amityville ain't seen nothing scarier. Amityville apparently is a place where a shooting happened. A guy killed like 6 of his family members. That's what the stories in the films and in the books are based on, apparently. I don't know 100%, but I know there's Amityville movies and, you know, I think a book as well. But yeah, I looked in the mirror and ain't seen nothing scarier. Amityville, horror. Right? He's experiencing horror. He's horrified at his own reflection, which is completely natural for somebody that is doing this work. When you are confronted with your own ego, it's the most scariest thing. There's nothing more scarier, really. You're facing yourself. You're getting to know yourself closer. You're seeing things that you don't want to see, the things that you've been running from, you know? And he seems like a humble soul. He even said in one of his other tracks, I'm a timid soul. He seems like a humble soul. So he might not even have the worst trauma or the worst shit, not to downplay his trauma, but I'm just saying, as a kind soul, we are even harder on ourselves. So when he says, I looked in the mirror, Amityville, his Amityville versus your Amityville would be different. Like everyone's Amityville is different, but I'm just saying sometimes we don't know, like he might be saying that relative to him, but you know, people have a lot more dirtier skeletons, but we all have skeletons in our closet. So that's what he's facing. Crazy.
Ego, dodge my pride. Look myself in the mirror. Amityville ain't seen nothing scarier. I fought like a pit bull terrier. Blood I shed could fill up aquariums.
I love that imagery. Blood I spill can fill up aquariums. I can just imagine that, you know, how so much water is in an aquarium. Just imagine all of that being blood, you know. I like the imagery with that.
All of my angels carry them. Every emotion been deprived. Even my strong points couldn't survive. If I didn't learn to love myself, forgive myself 100 times, dog.
If I didn't learn to forgive and love myself 100 times, that's a fact. This is the journey. Look at his face, bro. This is what I mean. He just is such a humble soul. Look at Helen Mirren. Great actor. I mean, look at her face. She looks very concerned, emotionally invested, compassionate. Look at her face. Great actor. Look at his face. And then the symbolism here is he's got his arms like Jesus on the cross, but really it's like his fans are holding him up to this standard, as I said before, and this savior complex is projected onto him, but he doesn't want to be a savior. he just wants to grow and be his best version and heal his trauma and heal generational trauma by speaking about it and healing himself. So sometimes that, I guess, that could make him depressed or could make him feel a way when people like the fans are trying to hold him up to this image, but he doesn't see himself as that, if that makes sense.
I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. I love when you count me. I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. I love when you count me.
I don't know if that symbolizes the same people that hold you up are the same people that can bring you down. So the fans hype you up, but what they're falling in love with sometimes is not the real you, it's the image, it's the idea of Kendrick. It's who Kendrick is on camera, but they don't really know what happens or what goes on in his personal life. So when they see him, it's just, oh, Kendrick Lamar, oh my God, Snapchat, oh, can I take a photo? Can I take a video? You're not really interacting with his soul. You're interacting with the idea of Kendrick Lamar, what does this do for me? Oh my God, photo for me? Oh my God, can I take a photo? Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. Oh my God. Artists would probably go a bit crazy because of that disconnect. They know you're not really meeting them, right? So if he doesn't present himself in a way that the fans like, they could just drop him as well, potentially, you know. Kendrick's on fire right now, though. No one's dropping him. I mean, no one can. He's already goated. He's one of the goats. His albums are goated. His music is goated. He's goated. He's in a stratosphere that no one is around, right? When we talk about the best rappers alive, Kendrick, make no mistake, is in a realm of his own by himself. He's transcended through this type of body of work and all of his other bodies of work, and how clean his, say, character is. Like, he doesn't have no smut on his name, no bullshit. Like, say, somebody like Drake has a lot of bullshit surrounding his name. Kendrick has no BS around his name. He's an artist. Like, he did it all the right way. He's just made great music, a lot of money, smoked Drake, just everything win, healing himself. He's just covered everything. It's disgusting. When you really break it down and go into it, he's like Nas in that their discographies are disgustingly good. Disgustingly good. Disgustingly consistent. It's disgusting. I'm tripping, falling. I love that you count me out, right? Dope. And I think, I don't know what that symbolizes with the angel next to him, holding him. I don't know if that's his higher self, consoling him and getting him through this, this period of growth and loving him unconditionally, or God, or, you know, an angel, you know, consoling him and letting him know, you know, everything's okay and you're doing really well. You know, you're doing really well. You're loved. You're protected. So yeah, that's been the video, guys. Kendrick Lamar, Count Me Out. Beautiful song. Check out the album if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to react to another one of Kendrick's tracks, or if you want me to react to a different artist. Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and I'll see you next time.